Kanye West just lit a fire the internet can't put out. After sitting down with DJ Akademiks for one of the most controversial interviews of the year, Kanye wasted no time tearing into some of the biggest names in hip-hop: J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and even a few unexpected targets. Nobody was safe. It wasn't just a few slick comments or subtle jabs either. Kanye went all in, calling out what he sees as hypocrisy, fake humility, and artists hiding behind woke personas while secretly chasing clout. The interview, which had been hyped for days, dropped late at night, and within minutes, social media exploded. From the very start, Kanye was fired up. He came in with something to prove, clearly tired of being treated like the wild card or the misunderstood genius. And as DJ Akademiks fed him questions, Ye's responses got more raw by the minute. When asked about the current state of hip-hop, Kanye didn't hold back. He said the game was being held hostage by fake deep rappers who wear the mask of being conscious or lyrical, but are really just playing politics. That's when he name-dropped J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. According to Kanye, both Cole and Kendrick have built careers off of acting like they're above the mess of the industry, but Ye wasn't buying it. He accused them of throwing subliminal shots over the years, pretending to be spiritual leaders while staying quiet during real moments of conflict. They wear crowns they didn't earn, Kanye said. They act like prophets, but they never walk through fire. I walked through it. I got burned for this culture. He didn't stop there. Kanye claimed that while he's been dragged through the mud for his public meltdowns and rants, artists like Cole and Kendrick get a pass because they talk softly and use big words. He mocked their fan bases too, saying they're more in love with the idea of intelligence than actual impact. You drop a verse with big vocabulary, and everyone calls it a classic, Kanye said, clearly irritated. But where were they when the culture was under attack? Where were their voices when the system was broken? The moment those words hit the timeline, the rap world lost it. Fans flooded Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, debating whether Kanye was telling the truth or just spiraling again. Some praised him for exposing what they've been thinking for years, that the so-called woke rappers have stayed too comfortable. Others said Kanye was bitter, lashing out at artists who've managed to stay respected while he's faced constant backlash. But Kanye didn't stop at Cole and Kendrick. He also took aim at newer rappers, accusing them of being industry plants and TikTok-made puppets. He questioned how some artists blow up overnight without putting in the real work. They go viral once and think they're legends, he said. Meanwhile, I changed the whole sound of music more than once. Who else can say that? What really shook people was how Kanye talked about himself. He compared his journey to that of prophets and revolutionaries, saying he's always been ahead of his time and punished for it. They tried to crucify me every time I spoke the truth, he said. But now the truth's trending, and everybody wants to act like they knew all along. DJ Akademiks, known for letting his guests go off, didn't interrupt. He let Kanye run wild, only throwing in reactions like, "Wow, and that's crazy." You could tell even he knew the interview was going to break the internet. And it did. Clips started circulating fast. One moment showed Kanye laughing while mocking a J. Cole freestyle. Another clip had him calling Kendrick's last album a therapy session, not a masterpiece. Each clip felt like a new headline. While some fans were angry, others were glued to every second. Kanye has a way of pulling people in, even when he's being brutally harsh. There's something about his passion, his raw delivery, and his refusal to follow any script that makes people watch, even if they disagree. That's why this interview hit so hard. It wasn't clean, it wasn't safe, but it was real. It was uncensored, and whether you love him or hate him, you couldn't look away. Of course, responses came quickly. Although J. Cole didn't say anything directly, fans noticed he unfollowed a few accounts linked to Kanye. Kendrick, as usual, stayed silent, but his fans clapped back hard online, calling Kanye washed up and desperate. That only added fuel to the fire, as Kanye supporters fired back, listing his accomplishments and daring Cole or Kendrick to respond on wax. It wasn't long before other rappers jumped into the conversation. Some defended Kanye, saying he's just speaking uncomfortable truths. Others distanced themselves, not wanting to get caught in the storm. One anonymous producer tweeted, "Ye's right about one thing. Some of y'all fake deep. Been ducking the real issues while he took all the hits." What's wild is how this interview comes at a time when the rap game is already tense. With Drake and Kendrick's Cold War heating up, and artists like J. Cole trying to stay neutral, Kanye's words hit a sensitive nerve. By calling them out, he forced the spotlight back on himself and reminded everyone why he's still a key figure, even when he's not on the charts. But the biggest question now is, what's next? Will Kanye double down and drop a diss track? Will Cole or Kendrick respond with music? Or will this moment just fade into another viral memory? Knowing Kanye, this was probably just the beginning. He moves with purpose, even when it looks chaotic from the outside. He might already have something planned to follow up the madness. One thing's for sure, the interview changed the temperature in the culture. People are watching more closely. Every lyric, every tweet, every silence will be analyzed. Kanye shook the table, and now everyone's watching to see who picks up the pieces. Whether you think he's a genius speaking truth or an artist spiraling out loud, Kanye once again proved that when he talks, the world listens. He's not just making noise, he's challenging the entire system, calling out what he sees as fake, and daring people to respond. Love him or hate him, he's never afraid to say what others won't. And in an industry full of smoke and mirrors, that kind of honesty, however brutal, still matters.